FM, and the topic is, did William Roosevelt Jermane, a 91-year-old guy, did he die of old age or the coronavirus virus? If you're joining us on YouTube, I want you to click that subscribe button and also the like button as well. Share this. If you're watching it on channel 56, Denver Comcast channel 56, and they haven't censored me, remember, and I guess some people don't realize, this is all in humor. I like to joke around a lot, and I like to have fun with topics. So if the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it. I'd like to invite you to join me on KUVO 92.9 on the FM dial, 6 o'clock on Fridays and 9 a.m. on Sundays. Also, want you to join me on Innovation FM 24/7, 7 days a week, as we do shows on our internet radio station. Sundays 1 to 3 on KUHS Denver as well. Well, when I saw this, I thought to myself, do you have to take one for the team? If you should, die and you're a Democrat, do you have to take one for the team? Now, we saw how in Denver, Colorado, the healthcare center cooked the books when we had 1,091 deaths of the coronavirus, and then when George Brotler said, we're going to look into this, we're going to investigate this, because it's a crime. Maybe you Democrats don't know this. It's a crime to change a death certificate. No, I guess you guys don't know that. So as soon as Brotler got involved, and Brotler is the district attorney here in Denver, Colorado, they changed the numbers miraculously. Those 1,091 people didn't die. No, only 878 people died. Wow, they must have got resurrected from the grave. Or, if you remember those old gospel TV shows where the guy says, put your hands on the TV, put your hands on the TV, and you will be healed in the name of Jesus. But in this case, you'll be healed in the name of George Brotler, who's going to investigate your lies. Democrat Health Department of Colorado, put your hands on your TV, and you will be healed. And that 1,900 deaths will miraculously go back down to 878 deaths, and give or take a few, like Lazarus, when Jesus came to the rock and he says, come forth, Lazarus. Now some preachers say, if Jesus hadn't said, come forth, Lazarus, then a whole lot of people would have came out of the grave. Just like a whole lot of people came out of the grave when George Brotler got involved and said, we're going to investigate this. Now this other guy, he was making phone calls and nobody would return his phone calls. They said, well, we shouldn't return this for phone calls. But when George Brotler, who has a talk show on KNUS Radio, 710 KNUS Radio, Saturday mornings from 6 to 9, when he said, we're going to officially investigate the death count, miraculously, those people rose from the dead, and they were no longer, because when Jesus says, come forth. Or in this case, when Brockler says, come forth, you lying Democratic health department who takes businesses' licenses away, when Paulus puts down his edict of, well, I'm going to pick and choose the winners. You're a loser, you're a winner. You're a loser, you're a winner. And when Hancock says, well, hey, I'm going to join in that game. Now, we were talking about William. I'm sorry, I got off the track. I guess I'm going to get off the track again, and have some fun with this. If the shoe doesn't fit you, if you're a Democrat, and you would never change the death certificate to bring in more money for the city and county of Denver, even though Paulus went to the White House and lied to the president and said, Colorado is open for business. Paulus, stop lying. Colorado is not open for business because you got at least 4 restaurants that you took away the license when they were doing your fantasy of 6 feet away and wearing masks and doing all this other idiotic things, because you Democrats are trying to convince the rest of us that you really care about life. But if you are a baby and you're born in Colorado, you can kill the baby after it's born, because Colorado abortion law says you can kill the baby up to the point that he is delivered, and then like Northam says, you can deliver the baby, resuscitate the baby, and then go to the mother and say, should we kill the baby or should we let the baby live? And then you can stick the scissors in the back of his head, clip, clip, end the problem. Just like, well, let's see, what was another thing the Democrats used to do? And we'll get back to you, Williams, because you grew up during the Democratic Jim Crow laws. Yes, I said Democratic Jim Crow laws. It wasn't Republicans. No. The Democrats, they lied to you. Once again, they don't put this in the history books, but it was the Democrats that started up the Jim Crow laws. It was the Democrats in 1826. The president at that time, he was the leader of the KKK. And it was the Democrats that wanted to keep slavery going because they were getting their freak on, and they said, man, the North, I mean, you guys want to take away our freakiness that we're having with these Negras, and we're going to have to throw it on the fight, because if my wife won't give it to me, I got to go out in the backyard there and have sex with the Negra, and if her husband says something about it, I'll just blow him away, and that's it. But he won't say nothing about it because I'm the master, right? So we had this civil war because of these freaks that are Democrats, right? And man, listen. I'm not going to judge. I've been there. I've been there. I can understand that if you like freaky stuff, you're going to go for it. I mean, like sugar. What was that? What was that prostitution little cabaret they had, and certain names of lawyers and mayors and other politicians and other people were paying $300 to get their freak on. But then someone in high officials said, if you want to get your freak on and you want to pay $20, we're going to throw the book at you. But if you pay $300 to get your freak on, we won't throw the book at you. Now, a lot of the stuff I get from Peter Boyle's show on KNUS Radio. Peter Boyle comes on from 5 o'clock a.m. to 9 o'clock a.m. Monday through Friday. So if you want to get some of this insider, if I'm telling you stuff that you never heard before, and and you just call up Peter Boyles, and he'll give you a earful of stuff that's going on here in Colorado. And what about our new Eddie Haskell? Our new Eddie Haskell, Channel 9's whipping boy, Eddie Haskell, right? Yes. Okay. Let me get back to William Roosevelt. Now here's this guy. I mean, he was probably about, I'm thinking like, probably 40, around there, maybe 39, 40, around that age when he started working for the White House, and he lived through the Democratic Jim Crow laws. He worked through, if you want to, it's sort of like a true story, but fictional. On Netflix, you can go to this a movie called Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker. And watch that show on Netflix, and you'll see, like, at the time they brought to the president, who was president at the time in 1914, a bill to stop lynching black people, because and some of the reasons that people were just getting away with it, talk about no justice. No, black people think there's no. The young black people think there's no justice now. You go back 70, 80, 90 years, and there's your real no justice, because none of the people who lynched black people back in those days, they might have went to court, but their peers decided, you hung up a nigger up, so we're not going to do nothing. Now, if you're a Democrat now and you wouldn't lynch anybody, you wouldn't do any of those crazy things, do not wear the shoe. Right? I'm just talking about the ones who are a little, like Martin Luther King says, are sick brothers and sisters. Right? If you're normal in the head and you wouldn't take advantage of another person like that mayor, who she is, clamping down in the city and really throwing her power around, because sometimes you give somebody some power and they get drunk with power. And but anyway, let's get back to Wilson. I mean, I don't know, my mind just goes. My mind is elusive. It goes here, goes there, goes there. But anyway, I got so much history in my head. It's like, oh, okay. And remember, it's just my opinions. It doesn't mean that it's the station that you're hearing it on, whatever. Unless you're hearing it on my YouTube channel, and that's not even mine. You probably have to go over to my Intervision FM channel and hear the audio version of this, or my Spreaker channel, right? I'm just having fun at your expense, and I'm going to get around to Republicans as well, because there's a few things I want to say about them too. Anyway, so we're speaking about one of our high officials' freakiness, joining into the sugar cabaret, and I can't believe it. I was listening to Howard Stern one time, and this guy, he was disabled, and he would save up his disability check to go down to this ranch in Vegas and spend $500 for the experience. And I'm thinking, man, if you got a nice personality, you could save that money, brother. You could just go to a bar, women, I mean, they get drunk, and believe me, you don't need all that stuff. You get a good personality, joke around, stuff like that. Don't take yourself so seriously. You could save that $500 and maybe spend like $20 for dinner or something like that. But this guy, he felt that he needed to go down to the ranch of ill repute, the legal one, and get a free con. Now, for the ones that can afford the $300 ones and Yeah, pretty interesting. Oh, okay. If you just joined me, this is Innovision FM. We work with physically challenged musical artists to teach them the business of music. Now, a lot of times, artists will make songs, and I do not control their songs. They write about whatever they want to write about. They can sing about whatever they want to sing about. You can go to our website, innovationrecords.org, innovationrecords.org, and I guess there might be a little bit of control on our part, because we don't allow you to say that talk about how you want to kill this gay member, kill that gay member, or whatever, because we believe that black people should respect each other and stop all this craziness. And I know it's only the commercial channels that believe, or the commercial stations that believe that this is all fun and games, black people disrespecting each other and killing each other like this, and that should be something that they love seeing, especially Democrats. Oh, Frank Claudens Jr., thank you for watching. Oh, Felicia Johnson is watching. Frank Claudens is watching. Jose Bonnier is watching. Carlos is watching. Can't pronounce your last name. Sorry about that. Man. So anyway, so I know I should let you guys know, but I don't know. I just gotta. Okay, so Wilson. So this guy is 91 years old, and after seeing how the Democrats cook the books here in Colorado, you sort of wonder, are they cooking the books in a national way? Because working for a nonprofit, being the president of a nonprofit, I know that as many people that I serve, I would get funded for those many people. Now, if I only serve 2 people, I'm going to get less funding. If I serve more than 2 people, I get more funding. Just like Hickenlooper, when he said, "I'm going to end homelessness," back in 2006. And they have a thing that they tell the homeless, if somebody comes around and they want to count you, don't let them count you, because we want to just put out a number so we can get more funding, so we can serve the disabled. And so they called all the disabled from the west to east to north and south, call them in, because Colorado used to be a place where you didn't see that many homeless people. But when Hickenlooper got in and his cronies got in, and they said, "Hey, we can cook the books on the homeless people, and we can say we got an army of homeless people." Do you know that nationally we pay $20,000 per homeless person to support them? We pay $30,000 for people who are in prison. Do you know how much we pay for our children? Only $12,000 per student. Why is people in jail more important than the homeless? Why is the homeless and people in jail more important than our children? And this is all a Democratic plot to destroy these communities, black and brown communities and poor whites. Now you may say, oh, where's your proof, Johnny? Where's your proof? 1964, when President Johnson says, "We're going to help you unwed mothers, and we're going to give you welfare if you should have children and the husband runs out." At that time, there was 75% husband and wife black families. There was 3% of white families that were single parent. Okay. After so many generations, when welfare says, we will feed you, the democratic government will be your daddy. But all you have to do is get the man out of the house. We don't care where he's at. Just when when we come around to check on you, we don't want to see any man clothes here, no shaving, no man underwear. We just want the man out of the house. Right? And how many generations did it take after that before girls started talking to the girls and said, well, hey, we can have sex, we can, maybe we might take the pill, maybe we might not, but we want to keep it on the down low. We don't tell our parents. So, but we know if we do have a baby, the government daddy, he will be our daddy. And then these men, these black and some of these white guys, and some of these brown guys, and some decided, well, we don't have to be responsible anymore. And then fathers some of them were in jail, some of them, I don't know where they went. They went around to protect their daughters. And these weird ideals got into these girls' heads that they could have babies and the government would take care of you. Don't make that man take care of you. Don't make that man stop selling cocaine and drugs to kill the black community, Hispanic, whatever. Don't make him stop doing that and sit down, study and learn, because you're in this society. And this society is pretty easy. You got a product, well, other than drugs and whatever to destroy the community, you can pretty much create something out of air. And I've done it. I've created stuff out of the air, put some tickets up, sold tickets, had concerts, boom, got people to go, that's it. Oh man, okay, but getting back to Wilson Roosevelt Jermane, who was 91 years old, and the news media said, well, he had 5 kids and 12 grandkids, but instead of him dying of old age, he died of coronas. Now, they don't separate. Now, maybe he died with traces of the virus. Maybe he also had prostate cancer. Maybe he also had some other things going on. But because coronas is the flavor, coronas 1984, you might want to get that book or see the movie, Coronas 1984. Now, if you sign on as a Democrat and you die of old age, you sign on to the latest craze. What is the latest craze here in America? If you're an old American with extenuating circumstances, or you're just old, it doesn't matter if you have any other things going on, high blood pressure, it doesn't matter. You could. We're going to put the top thing in there is coronas. Coronadas, right? Top way to die, because the Democrats say we need money, and since the federal government just won't give us money, we need to come up with a way to get money from the federal government. And we know, as the Democrats know, numbers. And now at the Pepsi Center, they got free testing. Free. Whenever you hear that word free from a Democrat, you know they forced the money out of you, the taxpayer, if you're working. They forced the money out of you, and then they switched it over here to give it to these people, and they say, free money. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you know, I hope the people that watch this, hope you're intelligent, know there is no free ride. You need to get off your butt. As the Bible says, if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. But of course, I know a lot of, and like I said, if this shoe doesn't fit you, don't wear it. I know a lot of Democrats that Christianity, they want it out of the society. They want any mention of God out of the society. because they're so willing to kill unborn babies. Polis just said you can to get a ballot on the president on the November election thing. There's a ballot that they need 20,000 signatures. Too late, due date. Too late, due date. Too late. Polis made it difficult for them to get their 20,000. But everybody else, if you want to get on there, sex ed or what's the one it's one they want that mail-in ballots so they can find a bunch of people that have died or don't even live in Colorado, and then send in ballots so they can cheat and win. Right? So they want to make it as easy as possible for Democrats to cheat and win, because they want America to be a socialist, left-wing society. And like I said, if you're a Democrat and you're not on that boat, don't get on it. I'm just talking to the ones who are on that boat. And of course, this is a humorous show anyway, so, take it with a grain of salt too. Right? Let me see. Rock Armstrong. Yeah, I never see. Oh, how are you doing, man? I never see you before. Frank Coladas Jr. Good name. Let's see who. Okay, but anyway, you guys, I'm gonna leave you. Think about it. Leave your comments below. Like I said, our nonprofit is Innovation FM. If you want to make a donation, if you're not so mad at me, just joking. Okay. You want to make a donation. PayPal.me/InnovisionDenver. PayPal.me/InnovisionDenver. And don't call up Paulus and tell Paulus that he should come after my license and he should do all these crazy. Because Paulus, he'll do it. He'll say, what? He has a license? Because he already had he's already gone after these several licenses and drive-in theaters. And then I guess somebody else Fox 31 got on that locally here, and then they say, oh no, we made a mistake. If you're drive-in theater, you can't open. My bad, mistake. Oh man, incompetence. Oh man. And I know Peter Boyle says that Michael Hancock is stupid. I don't think Michael Hancock is stupid. Anytime you can get, anytime you can hang out with Isaac Poindexter, Isaac Point from the Chicago band, you're not that stupid. Anytime you can get that kind of money out of developers to finance your running, you gotta be a little bit smart. Not a good businessman. It's Paulus. I thought, businessman, not very smart as a businessman, but Paulus is a smart person, just not a good businessman. Because if he was, he would have known, or maybe he does, he just doesn't care. Maybe it's just a Democrat thing. Let's try to destroy America because we are under the Trump derangement so bad that it doesn't matter. We just want to destroy this economy. A few blacks don't have jobs. Hispanic, what? We don't care. Restaurants, whether they're Democrats or not, we don't care. We want to put you out of business. We don't care. I got mine. Paulus probably says, I got mine. Hey, if you don't got yours, too bad, too sad. Too bad, too sad. Hancock probably same thing. Hey, I got mine. 8 days a week. 8 days a week. I hate you, people, and I'm gonna pretend I love you. 8 days a week. That's so funny. They're gonna miss their check for 8 days, but the 40% of the restaurants that will never come back, how many days did they miss their check? But Hancock is going to really sacrifice 8 days a week. 8 days a week. They hate you, hate you, hate you. 8 days a week to show how much they don't really care. Okay. Anyway, we're going to end this karaoke time. And thank you guys for showing up. And God bless, and see you the next time here on Innovision FM with Johnny J, the only blind TV producer here in Colorado.